Hey guys, in this video today I'm gonna show you how we can create a modal window simply using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So in this project, when you click on this click me, then it will appear this small modal window. When you click on this crossbar, it will just close this modal window, or when you click onto the somewhere any other place on this dark blurry space, then also it will again close the modal window. Or that, let's quickly jump to the project. So without wasting the time, let's quickly create a new folder on the desktop. For this, I will name it as a pop-up. Now let's open Visual Studio Code, and now let's drag this folder to the Visual Studio. And now we have to create three files: index.html, this is for HTML, styles.css, and script.js. Now let's open this. Now first let's import the HTML tag, HTML body, sorry, in HTML. Now let's open this to the live server. Yeah, and first of all, let's connect this HTML file with CSS, link href styles.css real style sit and type text css. I will give this a name of modal window. Now let's connect the JavaScript file as well. Source script.js. Now let's create a button and give this button a name, class name of open modal, because this will open the modal window, and simply type click me. Yeah, click me. Now let's create another div class and give this class a name of modal window. Yeah, and we have to give another name as well. I will explain later on why we name it modal window and hidden two classes. Now first let's create a button and class. It will close the modal window, so close modal, and times it will just simply create this button cross mark. Now after that, let's create h1. I am a modal window and give a emoji, maybe this one. Yeah, and let's quickly create a paragraph, lorem 50. Now we have to create another one more class, div class. We will name this as a overlay, and we will again name this hidden as well. Now let's go to the CSS. Let's first reset all the settings. Margin will be 0, padding will also be 0, and border, sorry, its box sizing will be border box. Yeah, border box. Now let's go to the tag. Here we will simply change the color of the body, and I will keep 3. Now let's change the line height to 1.5, and we will just change the background linear gradient to top left as 28. Yes, it's 28B487, and it's you can just give the color whatever you want, but now for here I'm giving a subtle green color 56F left. Its height will be 100 VH, and yeah, now let's change the property of this button. Here I have name open modal TAL, just keep it open modal, and for this button let's create this font size of 2 rem. We have to give dot before the class. Now font size, font weight is okay. I want to give padding of 1.5 rem and 3 rem. Yeah, or maybe just 2 rem. Yeah, it's okay. Now I want to change the color inside the button. Yeah, just make it a little bit softish gray. Now border radius will be 10 rem, or maybe, yeah, 10 rem is okay. And now border, I don't want to give any border, so none. It will be like this. Now let's give a margin of top 5 rem, yeah, and left also 5 rem. Now I will change the property of this model window. Now let's select this model window, dot model window. Font size will be 2 rem. 1 rem is okay, and I want to create this position as absolute. So when you make this child property position absolute, then you have to create this parent property as a relative. So yeah, absolute, and top it will be 50% down, left also 50%. Now to center this we have to use this property transform translate minus 50% comma minus 50%. It will just center this element. Now let's give a G index of 10. Why we give this G index, I will explain in a minute. Now, Background color, let's create it a white, and let's give a border radius as well. Border radius of 6 pixel. Yeah, and let's give a box shadow as well. Shadow of 0 3 rem, and the shadow of 5 rem, and let's give a color as well, black. Yeah, maybe let's just give 3. 5 6, and now let's give a width of 70%. Let's give a padding as well, padding of 6 rem on each side, or 3 rem. Yeah, this is okay. Now let's change the property of this box, this button. Here we gave this button a name as close modal. So select the close modal, close modal. Now for this close modal, let's create this position as absolute. So we have to change this relative. Let's like this, because let's not keep the margin of 5 frame, or maybe we can just keep a margin of 10 pixel over here. Yeah, and top it will be 30%. Yeah, it just moves a little bit up. Position will be absolute, and right side we just give a 2 rem. It just moves on the right side. Top will be 1 rem, or maybe 1.5. Yeah, it looks good. And let's create the font size bigger for 4 rem. 4 rem is very big. 3 rem, 2. Yeah, 2 rem is okay. And background color, let's keep background none, and border also none. So it makes like this. Now we have one more thing to change. That's this overlay. Let's create a overlay as a position will be absolute, top will be 0%, 0, or you can just mention 0, left also 0, and width will be 100%, and height also will be 100%. Now give a background color of black, and just make this a little bit blur. Yeah, this much is okay. Let's give a backdrop property as well, backdrop filter, and let's make it a little bit blur of 2 pixel. It's blur, Yeah, it will just make this thing blurry. And let's keep a G index of 5. What this basically does is, if we didn't give a G index on this modal window, here we give 10, then it will just overlap. This overlay will just overlap this. So that's why, just in order to bring this box in front, we just give a G index property. Now we have to give a hidden, as I earlier mentioned, that why we create this hidden is hidden property display will be none, so that if there is a hidden property in any of this, then it will display nothing, so that we can manipulate this DOM in JavaScript. Now let's go to the JavaScript file. First, let's use street mode. Now let's uh, give this a name, open model, as a button open model equals to document.query selector open model. Now this let's select this modal window as well. Modal window equals to document.query selector modal window. Now let's select this close modal as well. Close modal equals to document.query selector dot close modal. Now we have to select one more, const overlay. Yeah, overlay equals to document.query selector overlay. Now, as we have already selected all these elements, modal window, this open modal is this feature, this button, and this modal window we have hidden now. Close modal is a cross button in the modal section modal window, and this overlay is a blur dark black image with a blurry feature. Now what we have to do is, first we have to select this button. When we click on this, then the button should open the modal, which means that this hidden property should be disappear, as you can see here. So for that, we have to do button open modal dot add event listener. What happens when you click and just give a function over here. What happens is, from the we have given hidden property in this modal window and overlay, so we need to remove this hidden property from this overlay and modal window. So for that, we just simply select modal window dot class list dot remove, and what we do is we just type hidden, and similarly this overlay as well, dot class list dot remove. As you can see, when you click onto this button, then it will open this overlay. Oh sorry, it's hidden, not overlay. Yeah, when you click here, it will just simply open this. Now what we have to do is, similarly, when you click on this cross button over here, it should again add this hidden property like this. So for that, you simply have to select this close modal, which is this cross section close modal. Now similarly dot add event listener click function, you can create a function for that. Now you can just simply copy all this, but at first when you are practicing, just don't copy, just try to type it as much as you can so that it remains on your memory. Now we can see here, when you click on this button, it will open this. Similarly, when you click over here, it will close this modal window. Now again, now we are supposed to create when this modal window should close when you click onto this blurry section as well, which is overlay. So similarly, for this also, you just select this function and you just change this to overlay. Now what happens is, when you click over here, it will open the modal window, and when you click over here, it will close, or when you click somewhere else, again it will close. Now there is one more. When you click the escape button on the keyboard, it should again close that modal window. So for that, what we can do is, I have to open the console window. So for that, now just type document dot query select document dot add event listener. Why we don't select any of this modal, any of this element that we have defined, is because the keyboard function is global function, so we don't have to select any of this thing. We directly mention this event listener that we're gonna do from keyboard to document. It's gonna be on the document. So now what we have to do is, similarly here, when the click happened, it was supposed to apply this function, but now we will do key down function, which means that when you click to the key, as soon as you click the key and it goes down, then the function should occur. There are three types of thing: key down, and there is key up and key press as well. So similarly, now function, now pass the parameter on the function over here. Similarly, now how do we know, that whether the keyboard, in the keyboard, which code is pressed? So for that, first let's go to the console dot log. Let's see what is pressed in the keyboard. Similarly, like suppose if I click 2 then it's down. Similarly, if I click 3, then you can see here in the code section it says digit 3. If I click enter, then over here it says enter. If I click escape, similarly this escape. So now what we have to do is, if e dot key equals to escape, escape, then close the modal window, which means again add this thing over here like this. Then we have to modal dot window and like this. You can see here, I click this, now I click escape, you can see here the modal window disappears. So this dot key is the function which the key is the method that tells what, that compares between the escape and this parameter, and it just close the modal window when the particular this event happens on the escape, in the in the this window. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.